takes it in overtime. Brady Tkachuk, breakaway shoots, scores!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host tonight. Ottawa took on the Chicago Blackhawks in their first game of a 5-game road trip. Massive road trip up ahead. Ottawa is 13-14-2 going into tonight's game on the road. They're looking to get back to 500 on the road tonight. Let's just say that did not happen. Alex DeBrincat made his return to Chicago. Nikita Zaitsev, a little bit of a revenge game for him, played his first game against his former team, the Ottawa Senators. Now, Cam Talbot was supposed to start tonight's game, but was a late scratch with a lower body injury. I noticed in the game against Columbus the other day, he took a bit of a shot in the crease, was slow to get up, and it looks like he's going to keep him out for a bit of time. Bruce Garriock has mentioned it as a very minor lower body injury, so he might be back for Thursday's game against the Kraken. But that's a last-minute scratch, so Sogard starts. And for goaltenders to get a late start, it's not easy. It kind of ruins your whole, goaltenders have different routines throughout the day when they start. So Sogard being thrust into there right away is definitely tough for him. He was put in a tough spot. And the backup goaltender situation was interesting. Kevin Mandolese had to be flown from Belleville to Chicago. He arrived midway through the first period of play. So we had a bit of an e-bug situation early on in this one. Let's get to the game. Ottawa would lose this one 5-0 to the Chicago Blackhawks in an absolute disaster of a game, a squandered opportunity where Ottawa should have gotten to the 2 points tonight to complete 6 wins in a row, especially on a tough stretch here on a 5-game road trip. Like I said, they're not great. They're now 13-15-2 on the road this season after this 5-0 loss. They put 35 shots on net, so it wasn't without trying. But Alex Stalock, who has like a .955 career save percentage against the Ottawa Senators, improves to 8-1-1 against Ottawa. He's like the kryptonite of the Ottawa Senators. It makes no sense. And Ottawa, of course, loses 5-0. Stalock was fantastic tonight. I mean, especially early on in the game when Ottawa was really pressing. That first period, Ottawa dominated. They outshot the Chicago Blackhawks 14-3. They dominated that first period of play, but they left that first period down by 1. And it's because of Stalock. He was fantastic for Chicago, stole them the win, and stole a crucial 2 points out of the hands of the Ottawa Senators, who now have lost 10 straight to Chicago, 0-6-4 in those games. Just, I don't know what the hell it is with Chicago, but Ottawa can't get it done, even without a Patrick Kane on the team. It's unbelievable, the effort that we saw tonight. But once again, look, Ottawa won that game against New York on Thursday, and I expected to lose that game. So that kind of softens the blow a little bit here. But once again, it's a squandered opportunity. Yeah, we shouldn't have won against the Rangers. That was a big win, an unlikely win. And now here, this is a game we should have won. So it kind of evens out in that way. So I'm not pissed off. I'm not like, it happens. You go on a 5-game win streak. You're playing in the National Hockey League. You're gonna have a bad game here and there. It makes sense. It just sucks that it's against a team like Chicago again. You can't have 3 out of 4 points against Chicago this season squandered if you want to make the playoffs. I mean, we can look at the November start and how they really underperformed in November, and that's definitely a key factor as to why they're not in a playoff spot right now. But losing 3 out of 4 points to Chicago in the latter half of the season down the stretch is crucial. It's crucial, and it's going to be why potentially Ottawa misses the playoffs when it's all said and done. Now, Ottawa with this win, Buffalo lost in regulation to Edmonton, so with this win, they could have passed them and would have only been 1 point out of the final wildcard spot. Now, of course, it's a squandered opportunity. They're not going to be passing Buffalo or only behind by 1 point. And now Buffalo, the Islanders, and Pittsburgh all play games for the next couple of days. Ottawa's next game is on Thursday against the Kraken at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So they're going to have some games at hand for sure coming up, but once again, you have to win those games to make it count. So, brutal loss here for Ottawa, but look, 5 wins in a row. You're going to have a stinker of a game eventually. It happened tonight, unfortunately, against Chicago again. And they just have to respond big time. They have to respond big time. Brady Tkachuk in that third period of play was an animal, a pest. I mean, he was chirping the goaltender. You see on your screen here, he almost fought Alex Stalock. The two refs had to grab him and hold him back. So I love that fight from Brady Tkachuk. The passion. I love to see it from Brady Tkachuk. But I need to see it from the rest of the team. They looked dead tonight. The defense was terrible. It was just a bad game for Shabbat again. You got to cut back his minutes. He's clearly fatigued out there. Sanderson as well, another turnover along the boards. Not a good game overall for the boys, where they got a lot of chances, but Stalock squandered them, and they got a little too fancy with their chances too. So I'll leave it at that. There's not much more to say. It's just a squandered opportunity. Where, once again, look, Ottawa won 5 in a row. They got some wins we weren't expecting, but these are the type of games you have to win. I don't care how. You just have to win. So we'll see what they can do in response to this one on Thursday against the Kraken at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. You probably won't see me after that one. It's going to be a little too late. You'll probably see me later this week before that one anyways. So besides that, Sens lose 5-0. Let's see if they can respond and get back on the winning side on Thursday. I'll see you all then. Go Sens, go.